Unfortunately, due to a technical error, Kieran's audio was corrupted about 2 hours into our podcast recording for this episode. So, unfortunately, this episode of Total Baloney does end rather abruptly. I hope that you'll forgive us, and we'll see you again next week for more theme park discussion. Welcome back, children.
Hello.
Welcome back to Total Baloney.
Good morning, Mr. Coasters.
Good afternoon, Mr. Bear Time.
Why is that such a universal experience?
I don't know. It's the same as. I don't know if that.
AAP, AAPT, smart chat.
I was hoping that translated across the mic. I got 2 claps in before I realized that claps may not work across my microphone. But yes, Australian primary school experiences.
Harry McClary from Donaldson's Dairy.
Oh my Jesus Christ. Did you know that's actually a Kiwi book?
By Linley Dodd.
Yes, Kiwi.
Out of the gate and off for a walk went Harry McClary from Donaldson's Dairy.
Yes. There's
and Hercules Morse, as big as a horse.
Muffin McClay like a bundle of hay.
Bottomley pots covered in spots.
Bits of Maloney all skinny and bony.
Yep. Schnitzel von Krumm with a very low tum.
I was about to say there was a sausage dog. We've already said Hercules Morse. Who else was there?
I think that was like all of their gang, and then like Scarface Claw was like who they come across.
Scarface Claw, the toughest Tom in town.
Absolutely.
There was also Slinky Malinky.
I think that might have been in one of like the sequel books.
Yeah,
because there wasn't just that one book.
My sister had Slinky Malinky open the door.
Oh, really? Okay.
And it was Slinky Malinky was a cat, and he was capable of opening doors.
Like a velociraptor.
Yes. Yes, he was the Jurassic Park velociraptor of cats. And he could open doors. God, that was a great book series. Speaking of series, I want to talk about this on the podcast at least once. And sure. I may have talked about it before, actually.
Okay.
I don't remember anything that we talk about from episode to episode. Because
I listen back for like audio levels and stuff, and then that's completely wiped from my mind after that.
That's about it. But last week, the second last episode of The Amazing Digital Circus came out.
Okay.
And that is currently my favorite series in the world. It is only it's a one-time thing, 9 episodes, that's it, no season 2. The creator has said that's it. So episode 8 out of 9 just came out.
So how long has this been going for?
Well, it's because it's independent, there is months between episodes.
Right.
So the first episode came out in 2023.
Sure.
And episode 9, the finale, is scheduled to come out in June. So the penultimate episode leading into the finale just came out. And I also want to, before I rant about it, this is also a half Australian production.
Okay.
So
who's the other half?
It's half Australian, half American.
Okay.
It's made by a production studio called Glitch, who are based in Sydney.
Okay.
And holy shit. Like, genuinely this series has come so far from the pilot was already good enough to drag people in and make people be like, "Oh, I'm really interested where this is going."
Hmm.
If you look at the amount that the animation has improved and the storytelling has improved since then, it's incredible, and I cannot recommend it enough. Go and watch the first 8 episodes, before this ninth episode comes out. The ninth episode is supposed to be an hour long, um, to wrap it all up,
Okay.
and it's gonna be incredible. They have told an incredible story so far. It's really original, it's really creative.
Let's hope they stick the
It
landing.
Yeah, I hope so. If this finale is disappointing, it's gonna be a huge letdown for me because I've been sold on this show for a long time. They've done an incredible job so far.
Yeah, no one
But I
wants another Game of Thrones situation.
Exactly. I have high hopes though because the creator has had a vision from the outset. They've always said that it was only gonna be 9 episodes.
Yep.
So I feel like this is not they haven't been making this up as they go along. They've really set out with the goal of telling this story, and I I have been so encouraged by how it's gone so far, but I will say episode 8 did not go the way I thought it would. It was
Okay.
very, very off-putting and so strange, and yeah, if you're an Amazing Digital Circus fan, you will know what I'm talking about. It's an incredible show, and I cannot wait. I've I'm gonna be having a house party on the day of the finale to watch binge the whole series and then watch the finale together because yeah, I'm so excited for where this is gonna go.
And how far in advance do they tell people that a new episode's releasing?
So we only just found out that June was the date for episode 9.
Right.
They released they've kind of just released episodes one at a time. They released the dates for 7 and 8 at the same time and it was like a um November and then March
Okay.
release. And then while episode 8 came out, they said, "Oh yeah, episode 9 is coming out in June." So there's like months in between. Um it's an animated show, so they put a lot of effort into it. And there are huge creative teams behind this show.
Okay.
Um but it's yeah, it's months between episodes, which as someone who's been a fan for a little while and has been waiting between episodes, it's grueling because they decide to end every fucking episode on a cliffhanger,
Of course I do.
which which of course, but like when you've got to wait another 3 months,
Yeah.
it's it's like, "Oh my god, I can't take this. I can't take this any longer." Um yeah, it's rough,
You're going to be
but
on like media blackout for the day that it comes out, aren't you?
I 100% am. I've scheduled in a Facebook event for a party where we're going to binge the whole thing and then watch episode 9 for the first time all together.
Hmm.
Um, and in between when it actually releases and the start of that party, I am going to be on full media blackout. I
Yeah.
am going to be like, no spoilers. We're watching it together as a group. We're getting the finale experience.
As soon as you,
Um,
oh, well, yeah, you don't go out of the house and unless you got headphones in, kind of situation.
Pretty much, pretty much. I don't think I've been this strict on don't spoil something for me since Avengers Endgame, pretty
Right.
much. Like
I went and saw
I
that in a French cinema because I was in Paris at the time. And so I was watching it with French subtitles at the bottom.
I yeah, no, I have I don't think anything quite in TV or cinema has sold me on it so much that I am that dead set on, "Don't spoil this for me,"
Oh, I didn't want to
whatever
risk
this is.
some little shit of a kid on the plane spoiling it for me for some reason.
Oh, no, exactly. Avengers Endgame, I was like, "You do not say a word about this movie to me until I get to my cinema screening."
I was like,
But,
oh, opening day, I'm in Paris? Okay, let's find a French cinema.
I think I saw it 2 days after opening or something like that, and
Yeah.
I think for those 2 days, we actually did we had a party at my friend's house where we watched every Marvel movie over the course of, like, 2 days up until Endgame, and then went and watched Endgame
That
together.
is a commitment.
Yeah,
Did you
we
sleep?
well, we did in between. So we did,
Okay,
like, day 1 was, like, phase 1,
right.
and then day 2 was phase 2, and then we went and watched Endgame at the cinemas all together.
Mm.
We had to squeeze it in. There was a few people who dropped out for a little while. I did not. I survived the whole marathon. Um, I think I thought it would be a lot easier than it actually was, um, because I suffered by the end of that
Why can I
marathon.
see colors?
Yeah.
Taste colors.
Yeah, by the time we got to, like, Captain Marvel, I was real struggling. I was hallucinating.
Yeah.
That was a
Yeah,
lot of
it's a lot,
movies.
and I just have not been invested in the latest saga.
No, I think I went and
Well,
watched,
they
the
lost their big bad
Spider-Man.
halfway through because the actor did bad things.
Yeah. Well, but I don't think it had a direction to begin with, because like
Oh, you could see the foundations being laid, and then
mm,
you've clearly seen them having to drastically pivot.
yeah, I could see the multiverse foundations with, like I went and saw, which Spider-Man was it? N No Way Home,
Yeah.
I think was the one. Yeah, I saw that in cinemas and thought it was pretty good.
Mm.
Um, I also am of I'm my controversial MCU opinion is that Doctor Strange: Multiverse of Madness was not a bad film. I
I
thought it was
liked it.
actually pretty good.
I thought it was one of the
Um,
few Marvel Cinematic Universe movies that had a definite directorial style. Like it was definitely Sam
right?
Raimi.
Right?
Like it was
It was
definitely a
act
Raimi movie.
it
And
took,
it is
like,
rare that you can get
every
an auteur director to do a Marvel movie.
right? Kieran, I love you. That was you've actually just, like,
Because
said
all of the
something
movies
that
by
I'm
design are supposed to be generic so that they can seamlessly blend together.
exactly, and I felt like even though it got a whole bunch of hate, I felt Multiverse of Madness was its own thing, and I really loved
100%.
what it was.
Same.
I really, really loved it. Um, it took its
I,
own direction. I really loved the direction that it took. It was slightly more
I think
horrific than
people
you'd expect it to be.
were disappointed because it wasn't One Division 2.
Yeah, right. WandaVision, and I'll admit I was a WandaVision fan when it was streaming.
Same. And again,
Um,
that was one of the few of any of the Marvel media that actually felt like its own thing, like that had its own
yeah,
flavor to it.
it definitely took its own creative direction too. Yeah, so I guess people maybe expected something different from it, but
Yeah.
I thought Multiverse of Madness was
I got what I
fantastic.
wanted. I wanted a horror ish Marvel movie that was like Sam Raimi.
It was so, like, dark and gritty. I loved
Mm.
it. Um, but since then, I don't think
And also, it
I've
was also
really
camp too.
it was the Sam Raimi kind of horror.
Yeah,
It
which is
was
why I loved it.
yeah, it was fantastic.
As an Evil
And
Dead stan, like, I just saw Evil Dead the musical. You
I will
know,
stand by it. I anticipate that it's gonna become perhaps a cult classic in the same way Spider-Man 3 has become. Like, hated at the time, but
oh, like the Raimi Spider-Man 3.
yeah, like, hated at the time, but has become a more of a cult classic. I kind of think it may go that direction. What
I
I'm worried
honestly
about is
don't think I've seen Spider-Man 3 since it came out.
it's look, it's not good, but when you watch it, you'll see why it became a cult classic.
And
Like,
also, like, I'm sorry, but Topher Grace was a terrible Eddie Brock.
no, absolutely terrible. But it's a cult classic in the same way that like any of the Star Wars prequels are. Like terrible choices made in that film, but just in terms of the storytelling, you've kind of you've kind of got to love it. It's
Yeah,
just it's just good in a really bad way.
I'm the weird emo Spider-Man doing his strutting thing is it's
That's
oh
the Jar Jar Binks of the series.
oh yeah, totally.
That's the bit that everybody cringes at, and then 15 years down the line, you look at it and you go, "You know what? It's so cringe, but it's part of, like, our pop culture that we grew up with." And
Oh.
you've kinda just gotta
See, I was
you gotta
well and
l
truly grown by that point.
Yeah, right, okay. See, yeah, this is Spider-Man 3 has very much become my generation's Phantom Menace, where it's like we all hated that at the time, but now that we're grown adults, it's like, you know what? That was so cringe that it became part of our like our zeitgeist, our it just became part of our culture. And now that you look back on it, it's still cringe, but it's like it you gotta love it.
I'll take your
You
word
you
for that one.
you kinda just have to love the cringe dancing Tobey Maguire. It's
Oh, it
fantastic.
just makes me want to crawl out of my skin.
It's so
Like it's
funny.
why I can't watch things like It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia. Anything that requires secondhand embarrassment as a basis for comedy, I want to peel my face off.
Right, okay. See, I didn't like It's Always Sunny until I watched it with a friend, and I am now a fan. I kinda like that show.
But you know how there are some shows where that is the sole basis of humor, and it's just if that's not your flavor of humor, you're never gonna
Not
buy into that show.
Oh, I'll fully say It's Always Sunny falls into that category, and I think, actually, most of the time, that kind of comedy doesn't land for me. Um, It's Always Sunny is probably the only exception, where it's, usually cringe, and I fully get what you're saying, usually cringe comedy, for me, just makes me cringe.
Yeah,
Um, It's Always Sunny, I feel like I it took me a while to get it. I feel like the eventually, after a while, I realized the point of the show is that all of them are bad people.
yeah,
Um, so it's like you're not you're not supposed once you once you let go of the idea of clinging on to any of them as a good person or your favorite character or anything like that, then you kind of you're able to let go and laugh at it as, God, this is a bunch of shitty people. Like
right.
they're all terrible. They're all awful. Um, and that I feel like that's how they've gotten away with so much as well because um yeah, they- they're still going.
Oh yeah.
And they've
Isn't that
made
the longest running show in history? Like
I
that
don't think
wasn't like a
quite.
daytime soap?
It might be, yeah, it might be if you add those qualifiers to it. I was gonna say because like surely not longer than The Simpsons or something. But it's been going for quite a while. They're making Epstein jokes right now.
Oh my god.
Um, which I will say is one of my favorite clips of all time is Danny DeVito's character admitting that he went to Epstein's Island,
Oh my
but
god.
not for the children, for the snorkeling.
Ha! Jesus.
it's it's really funny. It's once yeah, you I think you've got to view It's Always Sunny from the perspective of the point of this is that every single character you see on this show is just a bad human being.
I and that's probably why I can't buy into it, because I can't love any of them. It's
Yeah, and
it's
I get
also
that.
a reason why I never got into Seinfeld either.
Yeah. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
And that was the point of Seinfeld, was that they were all kind of awful people as well. They're all so self-absorbed.
Yeah, absolutely. I feel like and in Seinfeld, it's I agree that I don't like Seinfeld, and I think it's almost because they take that too subtly.
Mm.
Like, if you're gonna create a show where everyone is a bad person, you can't do that subtly because otherwise it'll just be that'll be lost in the layers of comedy. Like you've got to you've got to almost overdo it where every single character is just such a fucking bad person that that's where the comedy comes in. It you've got to almost overdo it. It's sort of like you do it the opposite way, where if every character was a really good person, it's not going to be funny unless you really, really overdo it, where they're such a good person that they're like overly traumatized by the slightest discretion. Like, oh, you used your dessert spoon for your soup kind of thing. You have to overdo that to create comedy. If everyone's
Well,
just
I
a
think
good person.
that formula that you've just described right there is Parks and Recreation.
Exactly. Like you have to you can't just do a comedy where everyone's a good person and also a normal person. You have to do it you have to do a comedy where everyone's a good person and they're so over the top good and probably also there's like a bunch of autism and stuff going on there
Yeah.
that
I
like
think that's the ongoing thing, is that Leslie
yeah,
Knope is definitely somewhere
exactly.
on the spectrum.
Exactly, and that's where I'd say I've gotten into It's Always Sunny is that it's the opposite of that. Everyone's a bad person, but not in like a everyone's super evil way. It's like they're all different levels of on the spectrum or like dysfunctional in some way, and they're all bad. They're all really bad people, but just in really different ways. And it kind of works, and I think it's a formula that allows them to explore a lot of darker themes in a creative way. I know it's not for everyone because a lot of the comedy is that cringe comedy of you're cringing at how bad these people are, but yeah, I like it. But um where were we? Where did we get onto this
We were
again?
talking about Spider-Man, Sam Raimi, digital what's-a-majigger.
Oh yeah, Digital Circus. Watch episode. Well, actually, watch all the way through it, and then watch episode 9 when it comes out in June.
Okay,
Because holy shit, it's an Australian studio that made it. They do a lot of because they're an animation studio. They do a lot of their stuff virtually, so you'll hear a lot of American actors and that sort of thing. But there are Australian influences in there. The studio is based in Australia, so go and support them. They're independent. They're making their own stuff. They were originally just releasing it on YouTube, but it became so popular after the pilot and the first couple of episodes that it got picked up by Netflix as well. So
okay.
you can watch it on either YouTube or Netflix. Um, and yeah, it's fucking fantastic. It is. something else I love about it is that you'll see the growth from pilot to episode 8. The
Right.
people have even been pointing it out, like the difference in animation quality from episode 1 to episode 8 is absolutely fantastic, and it's obviously just because they've got a bigger budget. They've worked so hard for what they've accomplished, and with the money that they've gained from what they've accomplished, they've put it towards improving the show.
Right.
And um so yeah, from episode 1, which came out in 2023, to episode 8, which came out a few days ago, you you will see drastic improvement. And um yeah, it's an amazing show. It's telling an amazing story. I can't wait to see what episode 9 has in store for us. That's all I'll say. Go and watch it.
Okay.
Yes. Yes.
Did
Anyway,
anything new happen in the theme park world this week?
God, it took us 25 minutes to get there, didn't it? I was ranting too much about my favorite show. Um, I don't think anything new happened this week that we didn't already address. Um, I've been focusing so much on the motor coaster thing. Um,
The all the we recorded that the day that dropped, and then every theme park Australian theme park vlog like started tweeting and vlogging and whatnot about it before we even got our episode out.
exactly. Yeah, it went it within hours
It was a bare
of
learning
us
exclusive
recording.
for about 20 minutes, and then
That was a rough one. Um, I think the only thing that's happened in the last week or so that we haven't talked about is that Bluey is going going big. Um, Bluey's going to have a show at Disneyland,
oh,
which we should be very proud of because
at
Bluey's
Disneyland.
Aussie.
It's not even a Disney property.
Well, actually, technically is. Um, it's one of the many things that Disney have snapped up along their various purchasing sprees. Um, because it's on Disney Plus anywhere except for Australia, and that's about it. Um,
Okay.
actually, I think even in Australia, it's now on Disney Plus.
I
I'm
thought
not sure if
ABC
it's
had the rights to it in Australia.
that may. I'm not sure, but it's on Disney Plus everywhere else. I haven't watched a Bluey episode in a while. I need to go back. But but yeah, there is now a Bluey show at Disneyland,
Okay.
along with Bluey the Ride coming to Alton Towers very soon.
All right.
So apparently in the UK, Merlin have been able to snap up the rights
Right.
for Bluey, um, somehow. Because yeah, the
Because
latest roller
Paulton's
coaster coming
Park
to
has
Alton
Peppa Pig.
Towers. Yeah. Well, the latest roller coaster coming to Alton Towers is a Zera kiddie coaster themed to Bluey. It's called Here Come the Grannies, which
Okay.
if you've seen that episode of Bluey, is a very cute reference. I love it. Um, I actually think it's a absolutely adorable reference. Um, yeah, so that Alton Towers have the first Bluey ride, and Disneyland are about to start the first Bluey show at a major theme park.
I just love that Paulton's Park literally have a ride called Daddy Pig's Car Ride, which is my jam.
I the, the tendency towards calling him Daddy Pig is
I need a Daddy Pig t-shirt.
I, They should have seen it coming. They they if they were gonna create a kids show with the intention of it
I
becoming big
beg
enough,
of you, get a gay on in your focus groups
they created a kids show that became one of the biggest of all time, big
with a
enough for there to be
character
theme
named Daddy
parks,
Pig.
big enough for there to be theme parks created after this kids show, and they called one of the characters Daddy Pig. It's did not one person flag to you that that may potentially have some other implications? Ugh, Daddy Pig's coaster.
I think it's a car, like a tracked car ride. I don't think it's a coaster.
Well, I think the one in Texas is a coaster, isn't it?
Is it? There is a. So I'm just saying, what is the coaster?
So there's
Yeah, there is no
2.
coaster section in. There is no coaster ride in Peppa Pig World in Paulton's Park. Where's
But
the
there's
Peppa Pig?
2. There's 2. There's Peppa Pig theme park in Florida and Texas that both have Daddy Pig's roller coaster.
Oh, okay. I need to go.
Yeah. Peppa Pig theme park. It's okay, so it looks like Peppa Pig has tacked on to Legoland
Okay.
in the United States. So there is a Peppa Pig theme park adjacent to Legoland Florida, and
I'm looking at their
then
website right now.
the other
Rides
one
and attractions. Daddy Pig's roller coaster. Oh my god.
and then the other one I because there isn't a Legoland Texas. So the other one appears to be just be a Peppa Pig theme park on its own. Um in North Richland Hills, Texas, which
Take your
is
fun family day to the next level when you join Daddy Pig on an unexpected adventure ride in his newly cleaned car. But watch out, Mr. Bull is digging up the road, and Daddy Pig knows a shortcut.
the greatest synopsis for a coaster of all time.
Oh my god, I am deceased. That is amazing. I need the t shirt and I'm going to wear it to Bears next time. Oh my god.
So
Oh.
the one in Texas is not associated with another park. It's just a Peppa Pig theme park, and it's in the Dallas Fort Worth area. So, if you ever get the chance to go to either Florida or Dallas, Texas, um, go to Daddy Pig's roller coaster.
Oh my god, that kills me. That's so good. Mr. Bull is digging up the road. Oh, dig up my road, Mr. Bull.
Oh god. Oh no. Please tell me there's merch for these coasters
I'm
though.
looking. I'm looking. Mr. Fox's shop. Okay, what do we got in here? Oh, there's no online retailer. Like, there's no like online store on their website, unfortunately.
Damn, I'm gonna have to go to one of those parks.
So that's
I
Peppa
feel
Pig
like,
theme park, Florida. Let's see if there's a Peppa Pig theme park, Texas
yeah,
website.
there's well, maybe that one because it's the one in Florida is attached to the Legoland. So maybe the
Right.
one in Texas might have its own
Let's have a look.
thing.
Um. Okay, there's a Dallas Fort Worth. Okay,
Mm.
so menu, attractions, Daddy Pig's roller coaster. Yep.
Can I
That's
just
so
say
funny.
while we're looking, I'm looking on maps right now because I went to find where the Dallas Fort Worth Peppa Pig theme park was, Why is Dallas Fort Worth Airport so fucking big?
I do not know.
It's it's huge. It's huge. What do you need that for? That takes up like a whole. That's fucking enormous. Why do you need such a huge airport? I really don't feel like that's necessary. But okay, anyway, Peppa Pig, it's closer to Fort Worth than it is to Dallas. Um, Let me get the website.
I'm looking at their website now. I'm just trying to see if there's
Oh,
like
cool, cool,
a
cool, cool, cool.
um like a
Where's the Daddy
shop.
Pig's roller coaster? You open their website, it's right there. Um,
Mr. Bull's High Striker. Oh,
Mr. Bull's back again.
looks like a rock and tug or whatever you call them. I don't know. Test your strength on
Um,
Mr. Bull's Hammer and Bell ride.
oh, Mr. Bull.
Also, it's a little drop ride. It might be a. I don't know. The
A
picture doesn't
hammer
really
and
say what it does.
a hammer and strength. Wait, could that be? Wait, Mr. Bull's High Striker. Is that the name of it?
Yeah.
No way. Oh, I didn't know that these were actually built yet. Okay, so this is one of those ones that's a blend of a high striker, as in the carnival game where you smash the sledgehammer
All right. Yep.
and try to hit the bell at the top, but instead of just a like a little thingy with that goes up and hits the bell, you've got a gondola of 6 riders.
Okay.
So you can either be the rider sitting there, or you can be the person who hits the thing, and then depending on how hard you hit it, you send the riders up. I know that that was sent as that was an IAPA thing. It was done at one of the IAPA expos a couple of years ago. I didn't know any of them actually got built, but
Right. Okay.
it looks like that's what this is.
There is no the shop page on the Dallas Fort Worth one doesn't have an online sales either.
Damn, I want a daddy pig.
Same.
Uh,
Daddy Pig and Mr. Bull.
mm, sounds about right. Unfortunately, we cannot. It does say on Google Maps LGBTQ plus friendly though. That's
Good to
nice.
know.
That's really nice. And it'll be good to know when I go into the shop and ask for a Daddy Pig t-shirt.
Yeah. I'm gonna ask you to get me one too.
Look, I don't know how soon
I
I'm going to
mean,
be
this
in
is
Dallas,
my
Texas,
brand.
but if I'm in Dallas, Texas before you, I will 100% get you one. Daddy Pig and Mr. Bull. Oh god. Well, how have you been in the last. Wait, when did I last see you? Sunday? Monday? Monday.
Sunday, Monday. Yes,
Sunday.
Monday morning.
Monday. Monday morning.
In the last 2 days.
Yes. How have you been?
Yeah, I'm okay. Just been having some like tendonitis, so just trying to exercise lightly whilst that recovers a little bit. I've got
Yeah,
a
that's fair.
physio appointment for Saturday, so fingers crossed he can sort things out.
Tendonitis is rough.
Yeah.
Mm, it's hard to get rid of.
Yeah, so I'm just trying to rest it as much as I can so that it doesn't keep flaring up. Um, because that
Yeah,
seems to be
totally.
one of those things where rest is just the thing that
Yeah, of course.
helps it. So just been pivoting from sort of daily walks to walks for half of it, and then getting on like the stationary bike at the gym.
Mm. Tendonitis is really tough. I had a really bad bout of tendonitis once in my Achilles. Actually, that was bursitis, where it's not the tendon itself, but the bursa that attaches the tendon to the bone. That was very unpleasant, I can say.
So what happened is okay, bursitis. Okay.
Yes, it's yeah. Instead of the tendon itself being inflamed, it was the bursa, which is the sac of I don't know if it's like I don't know what kind of material it is, but there's like a sack of material that attaches the tendon to the bone.
Oh yeah, I'm sort of
Yeah.
seeing the Wikipedia page
Yeah.
for bursitis.
Mm. It was unpleasant.
Yeah, I can
Very,
imagine.
very unpleasant. I had to get steroid injections for that.
Oof, gross.
Um, yeah, don't do that.
Yeah,
Don't
bag's not.
if you can avoid that, don't get it. It was unpleasant. Yeah, especially getting the injection because they have to inject it into the Achilles tendon,
Oof,
um,
ouch.
which I just I still can't picture it to this day, but I still remember the pain of it. It's just a very, very, very long needle that they have to stick into your Achilles tendon and then down along the length of your Achilles tendon. It
Ow.
yeah, it's I cannot describe that feeling that it had. And they don't give you they give you a slight local anesthetic. It didn't help. It
Oof.
was it was not nice. Um, so don't get Achilles bursitis. Not that anyone who gets Achilles bursitis can really do anything to prevent it, but you know, if by some chance you're able to avoid it, don't do that. Do that.
Yeah, I'll try my best not to.
Yeah. Yeah, it was not pleasant. Anyway,
Yeah. I still can't get over Daddy Pig's roller coaster.
Daddy Pig's roller coaster. There is a roller coaster with the word daddy in it.
Daddy Pig, no less.
Daddy. Let me look up dad. No, apparently that is the only two roller coasters with daddy in them. Is Daddy Pig's roller coaster in both Florida and Texas. If I look up daddy in RCDB, yeah, those are the only two. And I can understand why. It's not exactly, you know, vernacular that you'd really expect of a roller coaster. Hmm. Well, I guess it's a since you won the race to ride every Australian roller coaster, I guess it'll be a race to see who rides the two Daddy
The
Pig
two Daddy
roller coasters
Pigs.
the fast.
I consider that a challenge.
I think it's safe to say that neither of us will be going to either Florida or Texas for a little while.
Probably not for a hot
Um,
minute.
no, I think I'll be avoiding them for
A
just a little
little
bit.
bit.
Um, yeah, I keep hearing Like I've been speaking to a friend lately who's like, "Oh yeah, I'm doing a trip to like California and stuff." And I'm like, "Now? Okay."
Yeah, it's not exactly the time that I would be visiting, that's for sure.
Hmm. I'm
Peppa Pig World in the UK have a Daddy Pig T-shirt.
Oh fuck yeah. That's where I'm going then.
Oh, it's part yeah, Portland's Park. So yeah,
Well,
Portland's Park have
that's one
Daddy
of the
Pig
parks I
T-shirts.
that's one of the parks I most regret missing in on my UK trip. So potentially this year, because I am doing a trip to that part of Europe. Um, although actually, I'll tell you the park I most regret missing of that trip. I thought for a second about doing a trip out to Oakwood and then back to Alton Towers instead of doing Drayton Manor. But I thought,
Didn't Oakwood shut down?
well, that's what I mean. Is one of my options was I considered doing a trip out to Oakwood from London and then back in to go to Alton Towers. Um, but I decided that was too far to travel over the course of 2 days. So I went for Drayton Manor instead. Um, because it's close to Alton Towers, that gave me only 1 day of significant travel.
Right,
Um, and not long after I ended that, I think it closed late that year, and I went in July.
right.
So yeah, I missed my chance to go to Oakwood in its final months of operation.
That's gotta hurt.
Yeah, especially for Megaphobia. I feel like I'd been told that was a really good wooden coaster. I I would have liked to give it a go, but most of everything else is being relocated. So I feel like other than the big loss there is Megaphobia. Everything else, I'm like, okay, if I really want to see what it was like, I can go somewhere else.
Yeah,
Um, but yeah, Megaphobia was probably a really big miss, and especially since I didn't like Drayton Manor that much, I thought it was pretty mid. Um, Megaphobia and Oakwood could have been a better day, but it would have meant a whole lot more travel because traveling all the way from London out to Wales and then from Wales back up to like Stoke to get to Alton Towers, it would have been a hell of a day.
yeah. That's a bit of a hike in one day.
Yeah, it wouldn't have been nice. It would have been possible, but not nice. Um, and that's why I went with Drayton Manor because I just thought naive me thought that Drayton Manor might be just as interesting, and I didn't actually like Drayton Manor that much. Um, that being said, I went to Drayton Manor before Gold Rush opened, so potentially it's better now. So if you're considering going to Drayton Manor, don't let me discourage you. They have a new family coaster that I've heard is pretty good. Um, yeah, fun times.
Fun times.
Fun times. That was a hell of a trip. I don't know why I decided to do it like that. I decided I was doing 6 UK theme parks in 6 days. Um, and like there was obviously the non-negotiables, Blackpool Pleasure Beach, Alton Towers, Thorpe Park, Chessington.
Hmm.
Um, and then I was kind of like, okay, that gives me 4, and then what others do I fit into that, like, that are realistic? Um, and I ended up going with Drayton Manor and Flamingo Land.
Right.
Um, but in hindsight, I may have picked a different 2 because Drayton Manor was rubbish at the time of recording, and Flamingo Land is still, I would argue, is rubbish.
Yeah.
Um,
There's not a lot there, is there?
Look, Sick is great. Sick is their Intamin 10 inversion coaster.
Yeah.
And it's
And then they've got the
fantastic.
Volare, and then
Yeah, so
is there an
they've got a
SLC
they've
as well? No, it's
yeah,
a SNS El Loco.
they've got both. Um,
Right.
so so they've got
Oh,
after Sick, which is Sick is their Intamin 10 inversion coaster, and it is fantastic, and it does not belong at that park. Like, it's absolutely brilliant. And then
yeah.
after that, you've got the Zamperla Volare, the Vekoma SLC, which I will say is a custom layout. So it's actually better than most SLCs, but it's
Right.
still not great. Um,
Is it Kumba or something, or what's it called?
Kumali.
Kumali. Sorry.
Yeah, it is way better than most SLCs. Like, it's where is it on my rankings? Let me find my spreadsheet. To give you some context, most of the SLCs that I've been on are like right down the bottom of my rankings. Um, so here we go. Credit spreadsheet, sort by ranking. Um, so yeah, most of the standard SLCs that I've been on, My Adventure, Arkham Asylum, Infusion, all in the 170s out of 186. So within the
Right.
bottom 10 or 15. Kumali is where are you, Kumali? Number 74.
Okay.
So it is far, 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 far better than the standard SLCs. It's still not fantastic. It's it's still a little rough. It does a much better job of not being completely janky as fuck. Um, but yeah, still kind of mid. Um, they also have the SNSL Loco, which is the 2 across version instead of the 4 across version.
Right. Yeah.
Um, if you're ever gonna ride an SNSL Loco, come to Australia, because we'll give you a much better experience. Um, yeah, Mumbo Jumbo's not good either. Um, it's those over the shoulder things. It has these, like, pads over your shoulder. Um, like, the restraint is weird. It's a lap bar and then these 2 over the shoulder pads. Um, and those just serve to annoy you every single time you invert or
Right.
anything like that. It just presses into your shoulders. Um, so it doesn't I don't feel it I don't see the need. If you can do the 4 across version with just a lap bar, then why can't you do the 2 across version with just a lap bar? But, yeah, it it kinda ruins the experience because the inversions are slightly more painful than they would be on Green Lantern or anything like that.
Mm.
Um, Velocity is their other major coaster. It's a Vekoma motorbike coaster. It sucks. Um, it's got a hydraulic launch, but yeah, motorbike restraints. Um, I thought they'd be better because I thought Intamin were the only one that did stupid things with the motorbike restraints. I was wrong. Vekoma's motorbike restraints suck. Um, they they're just they're just wrong. They put pressure on your nuts. Um, yeah, bad coaster. It's very positives focused as well, like tight turns that really pile on the positives, which is not a good idea when you have a restraint system that's very strenuous on the ball sack. Um, so yeah, no, Flamingo Land, like it's got a really bad lineup of coasters. A couple of coasters that I would consider to be some of the worst I've been on, Velocity and Hero being key among them. And yeah, it other like outside of that, it's also like just generically themed and kind of bland and just poorly run. So yeah, Flamingo Land would not have been my choice
Mm.
if I'd known. Sick is good though.
Okay.
If you're nearby, go and ride Sick. Um, yeah, it's like Colossus at Thorpe Park if it wasn't so rattly and didn't have older over the shoulder restraints. And the result is actually very good, surprisingly.
It does look, yeah. Like I'd go just to experience sick, and and I've never been on a Volare, so I'd need to experience that. So yeah, I'd make a trip to Flamingo Land, but
Mm.
I'd still prefer. I don't know, the Paultons Park experience. I need that Daddy Pig T-shirt.
I would take the Daddy Pig T-shirt over anything that Flamingo Land has to offer.
Okay,
Yeah, the best thing Flamingo Land has to offer is Sick, and Sick is
fully sick.
good. It is fully sick, but it's good but not great. So I would take the Daddy Pig T-shirt. I feel like just Paulton's Park has a probably just has more to offer as a park than Flamingo Land does. Even though I suspect that Park's best coaster is probably not as good as Sick. I still feel like I'd have a better time at Paulton's Park.
Fair enough.
Speaking of Paulton's Park's best coaster, it is now the sole owner of the name Storm Chaser.
I still think that changing that frigging coaster to Wind Chaser was the stupidest idea in the world.
I don't understand why they did it.
I don't know. Just oh,
I don't get what they were going for. They also have well cuz they have a weird naming scheme cuz they have their um Kentucky Kingdom's second coaster that is famous is Lightning Run, the Chance Hyper GTX. But
right.
then they also have wait, these have changed as well. The hell? Okay, they used to have Thunder Run? No.
I'm not
Would
sure.
it's no, it was. It was. It was called Thunder Run. Their wooden coaster was called Thunder Run until 2024. They renamed it Woodland Run.
Why?
Um,
What's with all the terrible renames?
I don't know. I kind of liked the fact that there was Lightning Run and Thunder Run. I was going to make the joke if I ever went there that I was going to go on Lightning Run and then Thunder Run because lightning comes before thunder.
But
Yay. But now it's Lightning Run and Woodland Run. Um,
oh, terrible, terrible names.
yeah. I don't know
Wind
why they
Chaser.
changed
Who's chasing the wind? Like,
Wind Chaser.
at least a
Why
Storm
did
Chaser is an actual thing.
Why did they change that?
I don't know. I'm assuming that another coaster had the name, and so they didn't want to have
Well,
crossover. I don't know.
the other Storm Chaser was Paulton's Park, and I just don't see how that's a crossover.
Yeah,
Like that's on the other side of the world, and it's a completely different type of coaster. It's a Mark spinning coaster.
yeah. I mean, if there's two Iron Rattlers, then you can have two Storm Chasers.
Yeah. The only other one I can find, I'm looking at the name Storm Chaser on RCDB right now. There's a Storm Chaser at a family fun center in Texas, which is just an SBF spinning coaster. So I
Right.
really don't think that they're disputing with that. Because honestly, I think if that really did go to a full on naming dispute, I think I'd know who'd win. So
Yeah.
I don't understand the change.
For some
But for
reason,
the
my YouTube algorithm keeps on serving me up weird mukbang um, content. And as someone who is in the middle of a fitness regime, it's very counterproductive.
I hate to say it, but I think that's the reason why you're getting that content.
Probably, it's probably like detected. I don't know, more activity from my Apple Health app or something like that, and
It's
it's purposely forcing that content onto me.
I feel like they're quite willing to do whatever they need to get views and get engagement, and it would not shock me to learn that they were doing that kind of thing.
Yeah,
Um
it wouldn't surprise me either.
um yeah, it's pretty it's pretty horrifying at the worst of times. Like you I'm
Or just what kind of data is being shared, kind of thing.
yeah, like I'm at the moment I'm kind of trying to wean myself off the dating apps, for example.
Ah, yes.
Um like I'm just not finding them helpful. I'd rather go out and do something in person, like go out for drinks on a Saturday night or something like that and see
Yeah,
if I meet anyone along the way. Because I just find that I just end up swiping religiously. It doesn't
yeah.
actually accomplish anything. And but now that I've deleted my profiles on the apps, I just get ads for, "Oh, this is an app that matches you with someone based on the music that you listen to on Spotify," or, "This is an app that matches you based on your personality types." And I'm like, "Well,
How much of this data is being harvested?
yeah, you're just asking me for more of my data for what I already know from experience will be just maybe I'll match with a couple of people and talk to them for 5 minutes and then it won't work out. So
Yeah,
I'd rather just go to the pub and see if anyone if I vibe with anyone. Thank you very
totally.
much.
And there's so much to be said about having like feeling out like chemistry and physical attraction in person.
Absolutely, yeah. No, it's a um it's a rough situation out there for anyone on the internet with like you can't put yourself out there in any way without giving up your data to somebody.
Yeah. And
You just
part of we're both vloggers, so we're part of the problem.
oh, 100%. Yeah. I imagine everybody that's signing up for a YouTube profile to be able to comment on one of my videos or something like that is having to give away so much of their data, which I wish there was a way for me to like personally stop that, but
Well, it's when you don't pay for the product, you are the product. What isn't that the
yeah, if the product's free, then you are the product.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. It's something I think about so much with like the oh, scan your receipt at the Coles checkout
Oh
either.
yeah.
Yeah. No.
It's like,
No,
no, I don't
that's
want flybys. No, I don't want this. No, I don't want your loyalty program. You're just going to sell my data anyway.
well, I have the loyalty programs because I'm like, well, I guess
But who do you think they're selling your
taking
phone number
the
to? All those
that's a good
scammers that are
question.
trying to get your details.
That's a good question.
You
Yeah.
know, if you have a whole bunch of scam calls from, wherever with the recorded messages that don't go anywhere, it's just like, oh, what did I just join?
Well, I guess it's where do you draw the line though? Because like I'd say also like Qantas frequent flyer programs
Yep.
or like anything like that. It's something that I'm signed up to because I'm like, well, eventually I'd like to save some money on some flights because I want to travel a bunch for
Yep.
coasters and stuff. But it's free, so obviously I'm the product.
Yes.
Yeah.
That's the world we live in, unfortunately.
Yeah, tragic.
Tragic. The
It's
things we do just to
tragic.
ride Daddy Pig's roller coaster.
Oh, for fuck's sake. I've been trying so hard to ride Daddy Pig's roller coaster, and I just can't do it without selling my data to Qantas.
I was about to make a joke and I was like, no, you know what? For once, I'll censor myself.
No daddy jokes from Kieran today.
Oh, everyone can predict what my daddy jokes would have been.
uh, I'm working on a video about what I think is going to happen to Motor Coaster right now.
Ah,
Um,
yes.
because I've had enough people ask me for one that I'm like, right, I guess I've got to put my voice out there.
Mhm.
Um, yeah, but actually, our conversations have had a big part in what I think I'm going to say in that video. Um, because I'm going to start that video with like a prelude of what I think should have happened.
Yeah.
And then I'm going to lead into what I think is going to happen um, based on what we've seen.
Mm.
And what I think should have happened is that they should have done nothing. They should have demolished the ride and then they should have used that land to open up that riverfront and
Yeah. Well,
create
we've sort of discussed it all last week.
exactly, yeah. Like it didn't need to be another ride. They could have just used that land to open up the riverfront, create more like storefronts, facilities, that kind of thing,
Yeah.
and then
Which the back
lead
half of
into
the park
another
sorely needs.
exactly, and then lead into another land. Like you could recreate Rocky Hollow, and the entrance of to that could have been through the former motor
Rivertown,
coaster
yeah.
land. Yeah. Um,
Absolutely.
but
And made the
now
park
that
cohesive again instead of
yeah,
just a lot of dead
exactly.
ends and rabbit warrens.
It is such a bad mess. The amount of times that they've changed paths and stuff to fit certain attractions that they were wedging in, and then they've just, either that attraction is now gone or they've had to readjust it for another attraction or something like that. And it's
Yep.
and now it's just ended up being this weird tangled maze of terrible dead ends and
Well, I think that the big and we spoke about this last week. The big sort of layout change will come when their city walk precinct thing that they're planning on building gets built,
I
and then
hope
there'll be
so.
like a what do you call it?
Yeah,
No, a
I
southern
absolutely
entrance.
hope
Is it
it'd be a northern entrance.
northern? Okay.
I'd I'd hope that that northern entrance would come in either through like Steel Taipan to make
Yeah.
that not a dead end, or it would come in via Rocky Hollow, and then there would then be a connection from Rocky Hollow to Steel Taipan to
Mm,
create a kind of full loop.
yeah.
But yeah, they've just made too many dead ends and weird nooks and crannies for themselves with the amount of attractions and stuff that have been brought in and then cancelled and then or closed or whatever. Um yeah, it just doesn't make sense. And I feel like that opening up Motor Coaster's land could have given them an opportunity to just create a more cohesive area
Yeah.
around
Totally.
that part of the park. But at this stage, I'd say what I think is gonna happen is actually a an Intamin reimagining of the coaster.
Yeah.
Um, I'd say it is looking more and more likely that we are seeing a slightly reimagined motor coaster themed to Rivertown.
Yeah.
Um,
That is, unless like that. No, I'll just answer my own question. Unless, like, I was going to say, that is unless that whole tease that they put in there in that past promo was just to fuck with us.
I mean, props to them if they're currently fucking with us because it's working. But but if they're not fucking with us, look, I will say the one thing about that reel that they put out to clearly fuck with us is that the only thing that we saw is the station.
Yeah.
So, we haven't seen anything about what the ride itself would be. And while, the station remaining the same implies certain things like, it's still got to be something with a
Elevated layout.
linear elevated station, yeah, it's got to be and it's got to fit within that, you can't have something that's going to outscale that. Um, there's still a lot of room for imagination there.
Mm,
Um, what I would say is that I think it's likely that it's gonna be a reimagined motor coaster. I think Intamin likes to work in twos, they like to work in packages.
yeah.
They like to give parks good deals on doing 2 rides at once. We just saw King Claw.
Yeah.
I would not be shocked if they're gonna do a slight reimagining of Motor Coaster, new trains, maybe a slight layout variation, um, add a bit of theming, add a new tire powered launch. I don't imagine it's gonna be an LSM launch, but like a new tire powered launch as opposed to the old hydraulic one.
Mm.
Um, and then just we go from there. Okay, here's
Was
my
there ever a
prediction.
hydraulic launch on Motor Coaster? It always was
So
tires, wasn't it?
it was tires, but it was hydraulic powered tires.
Right.
So the motor that powered the tires was hydraulic,
Okay.
um, which is far less problematic than the hydraulic powered cable launch that you're gonna get on Superman Escape, but it's
Yeah.
still a proper electric powered motor is still gonna be less problematic
Mm.
than that. Um, so I what I do predict is that if I'm right, and this is a reimagining of Motor Coaster, with a new layout, there will be a second launch.
Yeah, I'd hope so because it's
I'm
just sort of
imagining a
meandering as it is.
I'm imagining a lengthened layout that will reuse some of what we already have with a second launch. I also think potentially it will use the river and like the island.
You'd hope so.
I
Because
think
if they're not
it'll
putting the paddle steamer back in because of the turtles, then use the island for some reason.
yeah. What I'm imagining is that they'll reuse some of what Motor Coaster already has, and that they'll add more to it that stretches out onto the island,
Yeah,
and to make up that extra length, there'll be a second launch.
right.
Um, so and honestly, that plus a normal seating position, as Intamin family launch coasters tend to have nowadays,
Yeah,
um, could
might
make it
make it
actually a
worth it.
really decent ride. It could end
Yeah.
up being a really decent ride. Um, you know, you think about coasters like Namazu or Yuvalin or anything like that that are getting rave reviews from overseas. I think it could end up being a really great coaster.
Mm. That is, if there is a layout change.
Yes, of course. If they're just gonna add new trains and retheme it and give it a paint job, I don't see it fitting into that category. It doesn't have a good enough layout.
Mm.
It's
Like
too
Jet Rescue's good because
meandery.
of the second launch and because of how whippy it is, and because of how
Yeah,
close to the
exactly.
ground and near miss elements.
Which Motor Coaster does nothing of. It
Yeah.
doesn't nothing comes close to the track to give you a near miss element. It's not close to the ground. It doesn't have a second launch. It's not fast in any way. It's very meandery. You need it, and I've seen some of them go high off the ground, like Yuvalin and Namazu. Um, and that's fine, but you've got to do something with that.
Mm.
Um, and I feel like we need to look at what those particular coasters did well to be considered some of the best of the genre.
Yeah.
Um, and I hope that Dreamworld's going to do that. I this is probably the first time out of these new attractions under the Greg Yong era that I've had real difficulty having faith. Um, but I'm trying to remind myself that they've given me no reason not to believe in them so far.
Yeah.
Because I think even their worst since Greg took over has been still pretty damn good.
Well, we're rounding
So
back to the MCU. He's the Kevin Feige of Dreamworld. He's got a grand
he
plan.
is. I would say the worst thing that they've put in the Greg era is probably the Dreamworld Flyer, and that I'd say aesthetically was a fantastic choice.
Yeah. I actually
Um,
think it was a great choice for the park because that, as pretty as it was, that pond wasn't doing anything.
yeah, yeah,
And it's a
I'd
much
say
better use for the space.
like it was a rather uninspiring choice when you look at it on the surface, but in terms of what it did for that area of the park, I'd say it's a great choice.
Yeah. Plus, it
So
brought back like the Victorian architecture of Main Street after, removing this Dreamworld cinema and putting Sky Voyager in sort of made that a thematic dog's breakfast.
absolutely, and I'd hope that I get that it's not their top priority, but I'd hope that they eventually have plans to kind of pull that back into line.
Yeah.
Um, but so I have faith in them. I still have faith in them because they've given me no reason not to.
Mm.
But this is the first time where I've been like, you're you're refurbishing Motor Coaster? Like, okay, but I need to see something good
Yeah.
because I don't think that that coaster had a lot of room for like even the most drastic improvement that I could have imagined on Motor Coaster would still have only been an okay ride, not a good
Yeah.
one. So I'm I'm holding out hope, but at the same time, yeah, I'm not sure.
Trying.
And
Yeah.
yeah, I will admit that seeing that reel did make my heart drop a little bit.
Mm.
Like, oh no.
We don't want to go into too much rehashing of the same things that we talked about last week.
Of course not. Yeah.
But yeah, I
Yeah.
do understand your concerns.
Yeah. My heart did drop a little bit.
Mm. Anything new been happening at Movie World or SeaWorld?
I don't think so lately. Um let's have a look. Um I haven't seen anything on their socials. No. No, it looks like they've kind of settled in for the season.
Yeah.
Um it looks like the 4D experience at the Roxy Theatre has changed over.
What was it? It was Wizard of Oz, wasn't it?
It was Wizard of Oz before. Now it's The Day the Earth Blew Up,
Is that
featuring the Looney Tunes.
like a Marvin the Martian thing?
It features Porky Pig and Daffy Duck.
Okay.
Um, so that appears to be relatively new. Going to SeaWorld. Nothing ever changes at SeaWorld, let's be honest.
No.
Obviously, their new dolphin presentation has now settled in. Um, yeah, no, nothing else of any note. By the looks of things, nothing else
Um.
really changing anywhere else in any of the parks in Australia. We had
No.
the news of the new Alpine coaster coming to
Mornington
well
Peninsula.
the Mornington Peninsula. I always get the peninsulas down there in Melbourne mixed up. Mornington is on the east and Bellarine is on the west. Yes,
Yeah.
that's it.
I would not have known what the one on the west was called.
Yeah, I get the two mixed up notoriously. In fact, I accidentally got them mixed up in a video once. Um, yes,
um.
Bellarine. Yeah, no. Mornington. There's a new alpine coaster under development on the Mornington Peninsula.
Which is likely to open in 2027, we believe.
Yes, I'd heard 2028 actually. So
That's so far away.
yeah, I know. Well, we say that. It's amazing how the time flies.
Oh yeah. Someone pointed out to me the other day that the movie Suddenly 30 is set in, like, it starts out in 1980, or Suddenly 13 going on 30 as it was known originally, but it was marketed as Suddenly 30 in Australia. Um,
Mm.
the character is from 1987 and then flashes forward to 2004. So that would be like if it was someone from 2009 that flashed forward to today.
Mm,
Don't forget to take your multivitamins, people.
I hate that. I absolutely hate that.
Thanks to Michael Variety for pointing that one out.
I'm a huge fan of Back to the Future,
Mhm.
but I just can't deal with it anymore. The fact that the future episode part 2 is in 2015.
Yeah.
I that's more than 10 years ago.
Hmm.
I
I'll be the
I
same
hate it.
age that Giles was in season 1 of Buffy this year.
Ooh.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oof. Can everyone just stop making movies and TV shows about the future? Because when we get to the year that you're talking about, it just makes us really sad.
Yeah. Like, where's our flying cars?
I just want a hoverboard.
Oh, I don't think I'd be coordinated enough to use one.
I probably wouldn't, but it'd be nice to know they existed.
Yeah. Power
No.
laces.
Yes, oh my god, power laces. That feels like something that we should have, actually.
Yeah.
That doesn't feel like it should be particularly advanced technology.
No.
But here we are with no power laces.
Yeah. It's a crime, really.
The shoes that I've been wearing for the last couple of days are just elastic laces. They're fake,
Mm.
and I feel very cheap. I'm just walking around with these really nice shoes that look like they have laces, but it's actually just about six pieces of elastic that connect together like they were laces.
Oh, that's something that happened. I think it was today or maybe yesterday. Um, OpenAI are shutting down Sora, their video platform.
Yes, thank God.
Yeah, because that was polluting all of the cute cat videos of the internet.
I am so anti AI at this point in time.
Yeah. Well, there was a
Um,
period of time, if you'll, you know, flash back to several episodes ago, where you were trying to convince me that we need to learn about AI, otherwise we'll be left behind.
Look, I think it's. I'll still stand by it's worth learning about how it works, but the more I've learned about it and the more I've seen it in action, the more I'm like, fuck off. We're
Yeah.
we're polluting the environment for what? For
Fake cat videos.
yeah. And shit cat videos.
Yeah.
That
Where you can tell that it's not actually real because the cat
yeah.
is doing stupid things like
No,
dancing the can can.
I'm happy to stand corrected on its quality. I will not stand corrected on the fact that we need to understand it because like it or not it's happening. And
I think that the bubble's going to burst severely, which is why they've shut down Sora because they can't afford. It's just not
mm,
profitable.
I don't necessarily think the entire technology is going to shut
It
down.
won't.
And I think
That's
it's
what I mean. It's a bubble.
I
It's
think I
the
think it's
bubble
a
will
mistake.
burst, and what
Mm,
is left will be a tool that won't be in everything like they're trying to shove it into at the moment. It's like the dot com bubble.
absolutely. Absolutely. I think it's a mistake to discard it entirely, but I think and it's
I don't
important
think that the
to
rate that they're trying to
learn.
build data centers is going to be
No.
sustainable.
And it's and I think OpenAI are a fucking terrible example of how to run a company
Yeah.
because they've invested billions, actually trillions at this point, I think, into just give us money, give us money, give us money because we're at the forefront of AI. And they've delivered nothing on
Hmm.
that. Like where does they've got all these loans, they've got people
Yeah.
giving them money to do all this stuff. And it's like, where is your revenue coming from?
Yeah. It's
You
not. It's 100% just this fantasy, and people are going to realize it's complete fantasy, and they don't have anything to back it all up.
well, yeah, it's like, are you running ads on ChatGPT? No.
Yeah.
Are you charging a subscription fee for ChatGPT? No. So where is your money coming from?
Hmm.
Like, where is this where are these multi-billion dollar loans going to get paid off from? I don't understand what their model is. But yeah, I still the only part of that previous episode that I will stand by is that I still think it's a mistake to not understand AI and how it works because I think look, it is a new technology. like it or not, it is going to be there for the future, and it's important to know how it works. Because even if that's just to purely spite it, and even if that's purely just to be able to say you shouldn't use it because of this, this, and this, and I understand that you shouldn't use it because I know how it works. Um, but yeah, the more I've gotten to know it, the more I'm like, wow, we're doing so much environmental damage
Yep.
for what, like a shit video that you can tell is not real?
Mm. Oh, you couldn't write an email?
Oh, it is driving me insane at the moment at work. I have just taken over my social media accounts at work. So I'm in charge of certain aspects of social media now. The amount of people that have decided, "Oh, I can just do social media with AI now and just write all my captions with ChatGPT and
Well,
chuck
what's
my
the
photos on there."
there's like a like apparently it's rife in academic circles at the moment, and
Oh, it's fucking awful. And what they don't understand, God, I'm working at a university. So actually, no,
yeah,
I'm working in a university adjacent sphere. So I can say this. I'm not actually employed by the university. What the university doesn't understand is that the students fucking hate AI.
yeah,
They are so done with AI. They don't want, and they're out here trying to get degrees. They're out here trying to better themselves.
yeah. And the whole thing
And
with if you're going to university and you're spending so much money on fees for university, you want to actually learn because if you're not doing the thinking, you're not learning.
well, exactly. And they're all internet savvy. So they're seeing AI in a social media context. They're seeing it in memes. They're seeing it in, the equivalent of BuzzFeed articles and that sort of thing.
Mm,
And in that context, they're like, ugh, whatever. But then they're seeing it also in the curriculum of the course they're studying. And they're like, well, what am I fucking paying for? I could have
yeah.
asked Chat GPT to give me this.
So what was the analogy I heard someone say? It was like it's AI is going to be looked upon like digital asbestos that they're going to be pulling out of everywhere for years to come.
Yeah, I worry about the dead internet analogy, the dead web analogy,
Yeah,
and how true that is. Um, I hope it's the best case scenario that we are pulling AI out of the internet like it's asbestos, because I'd rather that kind of situation where we have, a 5 to 10 year period where the internet's kind of slowly getting stuff pulled out of it that's like, oh, but that's AI, rather than the internet's just completely dead and it's going to become completely useless within the next decade because you're never going to be able to tell what's real and what's
mm,
just AI. And AI, even worse, AI talking to itself.
yeah, and hallucinating.
Yeah. The amount of prompts being given to AI by AI to produce content that nobody asked for AI.
Yeah.
It's it's bizarre. Why are we doing this?
Hmm. Yes. No. Let's maybe change tack, shall we?
Let's not go too political on this podcast.
Yeah.
Um,
They say while spending 15 minutes railing against AI.
I mean, yeah, I feel like AI affects everybody though.
Mm.
I want to talk about Luna Park Sydney briefly.
Yes.
Um, the Ferris wheel is closed again.
Mm. Hair Razor's still closed, isn't it?
Hairraiser is still closed. I believe Bug actually did reopen, despite
Oh,
all of
really?
the beliefs that it would that it would be closed permanently. But yeah, currently Ferris wheel closed, hair razor closed. Um, I have concerns.
Yeah. Yeah.
Um, I'm concerned. I'm
Okay.
concerned at the ride upkeep. I'm concerned at the ride maintenance. At this point in time, they've got the hair razor is still not operated since
Yeah.
God knows how long, and now Ferris wheel is down seemingly again for
They've still
what?
got that crap GoPro policy.
Yeah, for fuck's sake. I mean, we can't yell at them too much because, like, literally, so do SeaWorld, Movie World, Dream World, everyone else. But I guess the frustration of knowing how recently they had a better policy,
Hmm.
it's just annoying. I'm a little worried that they are pouring their money into the wrong places because
Yeah.
they've got Dream Circus still going on, um,
That just
which
it's such a stupid use for that venue.
I don't understand why they would have that use for that venue.
Like, it was a
The
great concert venue.
Yeah,
And it
exactly.
brought business into the park when they had like concerts there.
Well, I remember Conan Gray playing there. And Conan Gray is a fucking international superstar now. So, like, how much money could you possibly be earning from doing concerts in the Big Top that could be paying for everything else? I don't understand. Um, because especially right now, we're outside of school holidays right now. Luna Park is only open weekends outside of school holidays. So you've got like 3 days of rides to be earning you any money.
Yeah.
Surely at that point, what's earning you money is your event space. I don't understand. I don't know what's going. I don't know what they could possibly be thinking in terms of the um the big top specifically. Like I know Crystal Palace and what's the name of the one at the front? Fucking whatever it's called. They've got a event slash bar space at the front of the park. Um Sora or something like I don't know. And then they've got also you can rent out Coney Island.
Mm.
Like that's all corporate stuff that's going to earn them money. But surely still even then the big top's going to outsell all of those cuz you don't have someone like Conan Gray doing a concert at the Crystal Palace.
No.
It's big top. Big top's
Yeah.
where it's at. So why would you why would you block that space out for an experience that's maybe gonna I don't especially Dream Circus right now. Like I, I kind of understood it when it was the Stranger Things or the Squid Game experience. Like at least it was something kind of current. Um so I guess in their mind maybe they thought like well, people who are fans of the series will cash in on that. Right now, it's back to Dream Circus, which Dream Circus first came about in like 2023, and I really don't understand why they think they're gonna make money off of that.
Mm.
I
It's yeah, it seems like a very silly use of that venue.
No, it's a dumb use of that venue. That's a whole like 2,000 plus concert space. You should be renting it out to,
Musical acts, you know,
yeah, musical acts, performances. You could be booking that place out multiple nights a week for,
have dance parties and stuff there, like they used
yeah.
to.
Yeah, you could be selling that place out at like $70 a ticket for a musical act like Conan Gray, like they
Yep.
were back in the day. And and that's huge money. I remember it being during my time working there, that was what paid the bills. Like, on most given days, the rides at Luna Park would run at a loss. It was the it was those events in the Big Top that paid the bills, and we all knew that. Like, you'd get real quiet days in the theme park. And that was fine because what was happening that weekend in the Big Top was gonna more than make up for it.
Yeah.
So I don't understand why they would book out that space for something kind of theme park adjacent and not that popular or relevant. I really don't understand it. And especially with 2 major rides out of action,
Yeah.
it's feeling really ominous for the park, honestly, I've gotta say.
Well, we all when a hospitality uh, company bought the lease, it didn't that it had no theme park operation experience. It didn't bode well.
No. And I will say the one loophole that has kind of been built into Luna Parks, we talk so much, I've talked so much about in my videos about how Luna Park is protected by the fact that legislation means it has to be there. Um, but the loophole that has been built in that I guess nobody has really addressed is that it has to be there as an entertainment space,
Hmm.
not as a theme park specifically.
Not as an amusement park per se.
Yeah. Which means now that this kind of hospitality company has taken over, there's nothing stopping them turning that into fully event spaces and rentable, you know, ballrooms and stuff because that still fits the bill of entertainment.
Mhm.
Um, and I guess that's something I'd never considered before either, is that they could just reconsider what fits the bill of entertainment.
Yeah.
Um, it really does feel like they're putting more of their money right now um, into those experiences and the hospitality side of things, and that rides are going by the wayside, and they don't really care about that. It
It's like how much do you have to let the rides go to pot before it stops being an amusement park? Like at
Well,
some point you
yeah.
have to say, well, we're not running it as this anymore.
Well, yeah, Hair Raiser's been down since God knows how long now. Um, because they took it off their website for a while, and I put that post out saying, "Oh, it's been taken off the website back in." Hold on, let me find my my posts on YouTube, I guess, because it still hasn't reopened since that situation.
Mm.
Um, Posts. So Hair Razor was removed from the website, what, 4 months ago? So back in November, and then reinstated back on the website shortly after. But it was closed a long time before November as well.
Mm.
Since after being, and my post was after being closed for maintenance reasons since March this year. So Hair Razor's been closed for a year.
When did we go to? When did the Wild Mouse reopen?
March last year. But when we went, Hair
Yeah,
Razor was.
it was running.
Was it?
Was it? Wasn't it?
No, I don't think it was.
It was running the week before that because I'd gone there to film on the Wild Mouse and I wasn't allowed to. And I remember shooting B-roll of the hair razor running.
No, I tell you what, actually, I think when we went in March last year, um, I was told by an operator at the time that it was about to close.
Right. Okay.
So I believe it closed late March 2025. So
Okay.
coming up on a year now. It would have been like a week or two after we went.
Yeah. I'm
Um,
just March 2025. Yep. I'm just looking at photos. Um, yeah, all I've got are like the ride photos from the roller coasters and then shots from us at the pub. I don't have any shots because I deleted all the footage off my phone to make room for my Japan trip.
yeah. So
I'd have to look back through my video on my episode from Return to Luna Park.
actually, now that I think about it, I'm not 100% sure that we did go on Hair Razor on that trip. We definitely went on Hair Razor together on the first trip that I made down to Luna Park with you, but I'm not sure that it was open that
It
time.
was definitely open the week before because
Mm,
I shot footage. Um, but I don't know how to play it without it interfering with the audio because I'm recording this on my phone.
right. Yeah.
Um,
Yeah. Yeah. So I'm pretty sure it closed around that time, March 2025. So Hair Razor's coming up on a year. Either way, it definitely was closed by not long after. So March or April 2025. It's coming up on a year closed and nothing has happened. It got temporarily removed from the website, then reinstated. Is it still there? Actually, I haven't checked since it got reinstated because I thought that kind of saga was over. Luna Park Sydney dot com dot no dot just dot com. Check that out if you are planning on going. Thrill rides. Whoop, it's gone again.
oh, really?
It's not in thrill rides. Let's have a look at rides in general. We have Big Dipper, Sledgehammer, Volare, Little Nipper, Ferris Wheel, closed for maintenance. Wild Mouse, Boomerang, closed for maintenance. Tango Train, Cloud9, Rhoda, Freaky Frogs, closed for maintenance. Relupi Lighthouse, Dodgem City, Carousel, Silly Sub, Bug, closed for maintenance. Coney Island, Mirror Maze, Joy Wheel, Turkey Trot, Wonky Walk, Devil's Drop, Slides, Barrels of Fun. Oh, there we go. Hair Razor right down the bottom, closed for maintenance. It's just not in any of the subcategories because it is currently closed for maintenance.
Hmm. Yeah. Doesn't bode well, does it?
No. I didn't know Boomerang was down right now, too.
Yeah, neither did I.
and and what else was there? Uh, Bug is still down apparently. I'd heard that it recently reopened despite various reports that it was dead for good. Um, so it's apparently been back, but it is now closed again according to the website. Freaky Frogs is also apparently currently closed,
Yeah.
and obviously the Ferris wheel, which we've discussed. Um, yeah, no, not good.
Not a great sign.
No. Um, yeah, I'm particularly alarmed by how many of those that are closed are the new rides,
Mm,
like 2021 rides. So they're 5 years old, and you've got Bug, Freaky Frogs, and Boomerang all down for
yeah.
maintenance.
That's yeah, not good.
No, that's alarming. I
Because I
am
wanted to take a
concerned.
friend to Luna Park to experience all the roller coasters, and if like, yeah,
Yeah, it's
Boomerang's doesn't even.
Boomerang's great.
I love
Boomerang is
Boomerang.
fantastic as a family coaster. I keep underrating it. The more I think about it, the more I'm like, actually, you know what? I'm underrating this coaster. It's actually really good. Um, it deserves more credit.
Mm. Yeah, there's no
Um,
data listed for reopening of it.
no, which is sad. I I do worry that there's just not enough focus being put on the rides,
Mm. Yeah,
and
that's
that
worrying.
they'd rather see. I dare I say it. It seems like they'd rather see the rides go and focus on the venue spaces than vice versa,
Yeah,
which
it's a shame.
seems against seems against the spirit of Luna Park.
Yeah, it's a
If
real shame.
yeah, well, I hope that that turns around. I hope that this is just a poor period where they're struggling with a few different maintenance issues at once or something like that. Um, but yeah, I will admit to being concerned.
With good reason.
Mm. What else is going on around Australia? Bounty's Revenge is back. Good on it.
Yep.
Seems to have gone down well. I think
Yeah, and get
fantastic.
definitely playing on the nostalgia factor for local audiences.
Definitely. Um, yeah, we mentioned the Mornington Peninsula. You've got nothing new elsewhere. Otherwise, I think what's going on with this new flat ride at Aussie World? This has been around
Oh,
for
the weird sort of
what's
thing that was still being worked on when Heidi and I went there a year ago.
yeah, and it seems like it's been
Oh,
there for
well over a
fucking
year ago.
years. It seems
No,
like fucking years.
it was almost 2 years ago now.
Jesus Christ, is that thing not open yet?
Let's have a look. Aussie World. Because
I
yeah,
don't
we went there
think
in
they've
mid
opened yet.
July in 2024.
July 2024. Holy shit. I haven't seen it open yet.
Rides, where are we? No, I don't want to do your event. Rides and experiences.
I'm scrolling through it right now as well. No, there's nothing. There's nothing at all.
I don't
That's
even
yeah.
remember what it was going to be called.
It's there's nothing. Whatever Aussie World's new flat ride is, it's sitting there and it hasn't operated ever.
That's so weird.
It what the fuck could that why could that happen? Why would that happen?
Why would they not want to open it? It was almost done.
How would you not the only thing I can think of at that point is that it's not getting some sort of approval, but, like, if it's a standard flat ride, I can't see why that would be the case. Because if it's just a standard model, then it should pretty generically fit into all of our legal requirements. It's not like it's a coaster that's doing something particularly custom or unique.
Yeah,
I I don't I don't understand.
that's so
July 20
strange.
you say you went there in July 2024.
Yeah.
That's approaching 2 years ago.
Hmm.
And I remember your video, it was pretty much done then, wasn't it?
Yeah. It just had like dust like covers on the ride vehicles.
Right, so it was structurally done, just, you could argue maybe there was some groundwork and electrical work to be done, but
Yeah.
that should have been if you'd looked at it from your video, it should have been done within weeks or months.
You would have thought so, yeah.
What the hell is going on there? I wow. Actually, that's blowing my mind right now.
20th of
What
July 2024.
what could possibly have delayed a ride from being pretty much done in July 2024 to being still not open in March 2026? Jesus.
What's going on
I
there, Aussie World?
Yeah, I don't know. They've had a although I do remember them having a history of problems with I don't know if it's council or something's they've previously had delays is all I know. But not this kind of delays, I
Yeah.
didn't think, because when did Dingo Racer first get hang on, that'd be a good measure because Dingo Racer would have gone up pretty quickly on RCDB. Dingo Racer opened on the 30th of June 2022. Okay. So the first image on RCDB of the fencing went up on in January 2020. Then there were images of it pretty much complete in June 2021,
Right.
and it was opened in June 2022.
So maybe they have an issue with the Sunshine Coast Council.
Perhaps. But that's still not as long as this
Mm.
because
For a flat
image
ride.
image of and I'm talking the first image on RCDB is literally fencing, no vertical construction at all. Like there's nothing there but fences. You cannot tell there's a coaster behind there. And that's January 2020. Then the second photo is June 2021 and it looks pretty much vertically complete. So